Hello and welcome back to Not Just Another Fat Girl. This is Kristen, aka your resident fat girl, and today I'm going to cover something that is slightly controversial. Ashley Graham and her Sports Illustrated cover. Number one, kudos to her and a big congratulations. Um, Honestly, I genuinely feel like it is an amazing step towards equality. Basically, everyone being treated as if they are a human being with feelings and emotions and not being judged for things that for a lot of people are outside of their control. Number one, there are some things that are always outside of their control, such as the color of your skin, your nationality, your age. You can't control when you were born. Um, you know, your sexuality. There are so many things that you cannot control. And while weight and size often falls into a category where people feel like you have control over it, to be honest with you, science tells otherwise. Science says otherwise, especially for those people who, like me, they have, medical conditions that prevent them from being thin or normal, as some people would like to say. But let's kind of go back to just Ashley Graham in general. Unfortunately, multiple people, multiple outlets are now taking aim at her. She broke the mold. And for that reason, she must be broken. She must be dehumanized, according to them. Um, They are saying things such as, she isn't fit. Hello, the girl exercises regularly and vigorously. She could definitely go up against any fit person in a 10K and kick their butt. People are looking at her size, her shape, her size, whatever, and they are assuming that she isn't the definition of healthy. But, newsflash, there is no single size that has been deemed as healthy. Science has not conclusively agreed upon a single size, weight, range, whatever, as being completely healthy. Somebody who is of a normal weight for their height, who has a perfect BMI, is not excluded from diabetes, from cancer, from whatever. So just in general, there is no way that you can judge the health of a person by their size. Because I know super buff men who eat nothing but healthy food, don't even cheat once, but they have diabetes. They work out every single day, but they have diabetes. I know tall, slender women who eat more junk food than the average high schooler. And I know plus size women who eat more healthfully than nutritionists. You cannot judge a book by its cover. But probably the single comment I find the most horrific is that she is promoting obesity. Simply by living in the spotlight, they have said that she is promoting obesity. She's under a microscope, and honestly, it's a very poor one at that, because those making those comments are judging her by her appearance rather than researching. Because if they bothered to go to her social media pages, or watch any of her interviews, they would see that she is doing exactly the opposite. She is promoting a healthy lifestyle at whatever size you happen to be. She encourages others to eat well and to exercise and to do what is right for their bodies. Not what they feel like doing, but what is right for their bodies. So I don't understand how that in any way, shape, or form is promoting obesity. And that's probably my number one issue, if you can call it that. I, am active on social media, and I don't bother to hide my body, okay? I also don't announce what I eat on the regular, But if you scroll through my Instagram, you will see that I eat pretty clean. I love my coffee, but outside of that, I don't eat fast food aside from the occasional Starbucks sandwich made to be vegetarian and Chipotle. Even though that's more rarely than Starbucks. Womp womp. I love vegetables. I would pick a bag of steam in the bag peas over a bag of chips any day. Any day. I don't like sweets. In fact, I hate every kind of pie, despise frosting, and haven't had ice cream since I discovered ice cream, which is basically frozen bananas blended with a splash of vanilla extract and about half a cup of unsweetened original almond milk. Side note, I hate the taste of bananas. In a smoothie, just, I can eat regular bananas in general, but I hate it in a smoothie or really just kind of in anything cold like that. And I really didn't think that I would like this, but you know what? I tried it and it turns out that there is zero banana taste. It's honestly hands down better than all of the non-dairy ice creams that are on the market right now. So, and it's way cheaper too because those little suckers are like $5 for the little thing. And they have a shit ton of calories and sugar and all that other stuff that you don't really need. And this is awesome. Anyways, back to what I was saying. If anyone bothered to look beyond the shell before they commented or sent me a direct message or heck, even an email, yes, I've gotten emails, they would learn multiple things. But since you can research that on your own, let me tell you what you won't find broadcast across my social media. Number one, I have hypothyroidism, inflammatory arthritis, and several other autoimmune diseases. I also have PCOS. I was on a high dosage of prednisone for years until I put my foot down and came off of it against my doctor's wishes. I deal with aches in my joints that have nothing to do with my weight. But since I know the argument will be that if I lost weight, they would feel better, guess what? I already have. I've lost over 80 pounds since May of last year. Also, I exercise every single day. Yes, every day. Even on the days when I am achy and uncomfortable because I know myself. If I skip a day, then I will fall off track and completely derail my body goals, which is another thing. Yes, I have body goals. I want a better butt, which is why 90% of my exercises focus on my lower body. My thighs and calves are a result of me targeting my butt. Also, a couple weeks ago, I just added ab workouts, and the first week, my entire core just hurts. And while I'm normally a fan of, it hurts so good, this just did not feel good in any way, shape, or form. This was just pure hurts, like hurt. Yeah. Another thing is I work 3 jobs. 3. I am taking classes. Plus, I am a single mom of 3 children, 2 of which have autism. I work a minimum of 70 hours a week, and I am commuting another 22 hours a week on top of that because I live in Orlando, but I work in Tampa Monday through Friday. Then I come and I work 12-hour overnight shifts in the hospital in downtown Orlando on the weekends. I really haven't had a true, day off with nothing on my agenda, simply lying in bed all day if I choose to, in I don't know how long. I honestly, I don't get a whole lot of sleep. I have days when I'm utterly and completely exhausted, but I don't have a choice. As a single mom, you realize that you have to do what you have to do because your kids have nobody else to rely on. They have nobody to fall back on, and neither do I. I am their safety net, and I have no safety net. So you literally just have to do what you have to do. last weekend I worked, in Tampa on Friday. I worked in Tampa during the day, and it took me over 3 hours to drive from Tampa to downtown Orlando to the hospital to work overnight. I got off overnight, immediately had to take my car to the mechanic because I had a lot of stuff going on. I was driving without brakes and a broken caliper and messed up rotors and yeah, all these things that I really shouldn't have. But whew, thank God I didn't get into an accident or anything like that. But then my car was at the mechanics all day on Saturday. So it's not done until 6 o'clock. I then have to go to the grocery store, pick up groceries, and then come home and cook for me and the kids. And that is going on not sleeping since Thursday night. And Thursday night I only slept for about maybe 4 hours at the most, 4.5. So that, if I had to say one goal for myself, honestly, it is to reach a point where I don't feel deprived of energy due to lack of sleep. But also outside of that, I know I need to just get more sleep, period. But my point is, you don't know any of these things simply by looking at me. And you don't know anything other than your immediate judgments about Ashley Graham or Tess Holliday or any other plus size person in the spotlight or out there in the world, period. Just, let's just generalize it really. You don't know anything about anyone simply by looking at them, period. Just because they're walking around with a Louis Vuitton bag on their arms and designer everything doesn't mean that they have thousands of dollars in the bank or heck, even $1,000,000. They literally could be dirt poor, but still wearing that. Just because somebody is walking around, in beat up clothes doesn't mean that they don't have money either. Just because somebody is walking around with extra weight on their frame does not mean that they are not eating healthily. It doesn't mean that they aren't exercising. It doesn't mean that they aren't doing what is right for their body at that moment. You don't know. And bottom line is, no one likes to be judged. No one likes to be alienated, torn down, and made to feel like they deserve less. And all you are doing every single time you pick apart someone's flaws, whether it's your own or someone else's, whether it's in your head or it's aloud, you are revealing far more about yourself than about them. I am not everyone's cup of tea. I am not every man's dream woman, but then again, neither is every man's dream a supermodel. And that is what I think we are missing here. The plus size community is quick to acknowledge that we have made strides in being represented in the mainstream media as of late. Just several other strides, period. But the community is also quick to complain about the continued lack of diversity. Citing all plus models have an oversized hourglass shape, a thinner face, and a heck of a lot more Photoshop than is necessary. A lot of them are asking where's the apple-shaped woman, who weighs over 250 pounds represented? Where is the flat butt or flat-chested curvy girl represented? And I get it, but Rome wasn't built in a day. And the moment you begin to get bitter over the fact that you aren't represented in your own community is the moment you begin to lose sight of what's important. And it's progress, okay? I want our world to progress, for society to reach a point where they don't see diversity at first glance. They see human beings. I want us to reach a place where we don't avoid certain people, but instead love and accept everyone. I want us to come to a place where we don't judge because we realize that no one is perfect. We are all seeking perfection in some way, but not a single one of us is perfect. So, to all of you casting stones, take a good hard look at yourself in the mirror. Don't study your appearance, okay? Study what you are trying to project with your appearance, and then analyze why you're trying to project it. Even if you aren't casting judgments, still, I would encourage you to take the time to look at yourself in the mirror, to analyze yourself, analyze what you are trying to project with your appearance, and then ask yourself why you're trying to project it. Okay. I know this, was probably a little bit controversial in some ways, and just honestly, probably a little bit heavy in others. The bottom line, the message for all of it from start to finish, though, was you really cannot judge a book by its cover. You can attempt to, but your judgments and your assumptions, typically 99% of the time, are going to be incorrect. Nonetheless, I recorded this video for a reason, and it's just because I felt like these things needed to be said. So, thumbs up if you liked it. You can give it a thumbs down if you didn't like it, if you hated what I said. You hated my opinion. You're not being forced to agree with me. But subscribe if you do agree with me, or if you want to see more videos from me. And until next time, to all of you, even those of you who are casting judgments and just, need a good hard look in the mirror, to everybody in general, just stay fabulous.